Home and Country Magazine. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about some lost media that I scored. And some freaking delicious nuance. Check it out. Winter 1976. You know, out in the country, there are some people that were still doing this kind of stuff. Jeez. Wow. Whoa, whoa. 70s was a different time. People were far more proper back then. Anyway, so the real nuance of this is that social justice warriors would say back in the day there was no support at all for women. But when I'm going into places with women asking about what kind of supports they have, they'd tell me we did have some support from the government. Nobody really had perfect support. Nobody now really has perfect support. But geez, the depths of hell inside people's head can be deeper than the freaking Marianas Trench. Let's face it. But social justice warriors these days are all anti-colonialists, all anti, this, that, and the other thing. But what they don't realize is that the sports that did exist before we're Christian, and there should be nothing at all wrong with that, as long as we're supporting people. And Christians would support people, whether they're black, white, gay, straight, purple, yellow. Not all of them, but the good ones, the ones that Jesus would hang out with. And I think we could all agree with that. I don't think everyone really likes Christianity all that much, but I think everyone can agree that Jesus, even if he wasn't real, was a really cool guy. Members of Provincial Board of Directors, Honorary President. Published by the Ontario Ministry of Agriculture and Food in Toronto, Ontario, for the interests of the Federated Women's Institute of Ontario and Home Economics Branch. Can we just appreciate it that this came from the government? Aw, man, I was ripped off. I was in 4-H and they never gave me any spoons. I was in 4-H for the cows, though. It would have been really cool if they would have given me a mini pitchfork. I choose to believe that if you've been in for this long, you get that much sugar in your coffee, and if you've been there forever, you get that much sugar in your coffee. Get you a bit more kick, Nancy. We got some proper information on canning, something I bet maybe 1 in 300 millennials might know. That's an asexual individual if I've ever seen one. That might be an Adam's apple. Is that a dude? No, Deborah. See, we were okay with women looking like men back in the day. Nobody cared. Hell, back in the day, we were fine looking like this. Nobody cared what you looked like. Everyone just cared about what was in your heart and what kind of output you had for society. Now, there aren't a whole lot of pictures, but there is some deeply meaningful things in here, like what to do when you're done with the farm. Women's Institute conventions where women would get together and have massive pillow fights in pajamas, I want to believe. This woman looks like she could one hit shot a bull right to the ground. Like, is that a dude? Once again, back in the day, nobody cared. Once you got out of high school, man, it was like everyone was ugly, so who cares? You can definitely tell that there was an air of social justice in here because we're talking about overpopulation. We're finally talking about nerfing the world population, United Nations talking about it. And ultimately, they say by the year 2000, we will have 7 billion people. That was before birth control. This was in 70. This one was in 75. So that was before birth control was so commonplace. It is 2024. We now have 8 point something billion. Oh man, those junior badges are so expensive. Wait, I'm gonna get me a cup and saucer. 16 bucks, yeah. So yeah, maybe I am not the best person to be reviewing this stuff, except this is data. This is hardcore data that my feminist friends probably wouldn't like very much because it actually says that there was some level of help for ladies back in the day. They act like, really though, there are a lot of people that act like there hasn't been any help for anyone ever until, I don't know, the 90s. It's like we all woke up from, what was it, Epstein, Weinstein. It's like, oh, we have to change everything now. But seriously, this is good data. I wish I could better preserve it. I don't know anyone who wants it, so this is how I document it. Have a good one, folks. Take care of each other.